Hey, what's going on again, guys? Once again, I'm here in a very informal setting. I'm in my garage because my wife is watching TV in our room. She's watching a show with my daughter. My son's downstairs playing on the Xbox, and I just got home from work, so I really couldn't claim a spot. But we're going to jump straight to it, guys. This video is going to be me reacting to that new Tacoma that Toyota just unveiled. And it's going to be, again, through a TFL truck. All right, and this is going to be coming from a ZR2 owner perspective. So in case you guys are thinking of transferring from a ZR2 to a Tacoma or adding a Tacoma, or you have a Tacoma, you want to get a ZR2, whatever, all right? It's coming from my perspective. I am unbiased, guys. Seriously, I am not a loyalist, although my last two trucks have been GM vehicles. By the way, I have the AC running in here, so it's a little loud. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, all right? But yeah. I'm not a loyalist. I've had a few GM vehicles. I've had Dodge before. I drive a Toyota Corolla for work, a little hybrid, and we have a Tesla too that we use just for like random commuting purposes. So I'm all across the board. If it fits my needs, it's more than likely something I'm probably going to want to get. All right, so let's go ahead and jump straight to this, guys. Let me go ahead and start the video here.
Hey guys, welcome to Hawaii for the world debut of this. Yep, it's the brand new Toyota.
All right, so right away here, I am looking at the design of it. It does give me new 2023 Colorado vibes, which, I mean, I'm still adjusting to that. I don't think it's ugly. I don't think it looks badass yet, but let's see what the features hold.
Tacoma, and here comes Andre. And in this video, Andre, we're gonna do something really cool.
Yeah, we're gonna show you not one, not two, not three, but 4 unique trim levels, because the Tacoma is back, or actually didn't go anywhere, but this new generation is back in a big way.
All right, so I'm gonna try and fast forward to the actual trim level that will compete with the ZR2, but let's just watch this first intro first, and once you start talking about the trim specific features, I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward it, so bear with me, guys.
With 8 different trim levels, all new chassis, new power.
There you go. So I guess what's going to be competing with the ZR2 would be the TRD Pro. All right, the Trail Hunter, I think it's more for the Trail Boss to compete with, or the Z71. All right, so, and also the TRD Off-Road. We'll see what the differences are. Probably just a few trim pieces here and there, but we'll fast forward here in a few seconds.
Power trains. It's just mind-boggling.
Yeah, so in this video, guys, we're really gonna go deep, and we're gonna show you some really cool stuff, because there is some really cool stuff to show. So we're gonna show you first this sport version, then we're gonna go show you the City Slicker Limited, then we're gonna move on to the TRD Pro, Andre.
Yep.
And then we're gonna finish, yes.
All right, guys, let's just go ahead and skip over to the TRD Pro. Hopefully the chapters who will let me do this. Limited hybrid. Okay, perfect. All right.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not exceeding the payload.
No, I don't think you did.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next one, Andre. Are you ready?
Yep.
Hey, Andre, this one's white. It must be...
That's what I'm talking about. That looks freaking badass. Sorry, guys. This is me actually acknowledging Tacomas here. I've liked Tacomas for a while. I've considered them before, but I need that factory front locker, selectable front and rear locker at that, all right? But these Tacomas are freaking nice.
The new TRD Pro, so let's check this one out.
Yes, it's also taller, it's wider, and it's macho. So this.
Notice these fender flares are actually gloss black instead of the regular, what do you call it? That, not polymer, yeah, polymer type finish, right? The composites, what manufacturers like to call it, right? That plastic, they call it composite. I used to sell these trucks, we had the GM reps come tell us, hey, when you guys are describing a vehicle to the customer, you're describing the work truck trim or the lower level trim, don't call this bumper plastic, call it composite, right? It's word sell. But yeah, it's crazy to see these are gloss black here. I don't know, if you're going to be taking this on trails, you're going to get a lot of pinstriping there. And I'm willing to bet that the gloss black trim or the gloss black fender flares are going to stay the same color regardless of truck color. Right, so that might be an issue down the road. You're going to see a lot of scuff marks, a lot of pinstriping, whereas if you just threw some rhino lining on it or left them plastic, right, the textured plastic like most trucks come with, like that way you don't have to worry about scratching them up, and you can always touch them up with some rhino liner. But yeah, gloss black is definitely going to be an issue if you take this on the trail.
This is the latest 2024 Tacoma TRD Pro, shown in this white color, as you said, but there's huge differences, even visually, right? Because in the front, of course, you have a unique grille, of course, lights, but most important.
All right, Rigid Industries fog lights or running lights. I don't know yet, but Rigid is a pretty good freaking brand out there, guys. So it might be pretty bright, functional, that too. A lot of people like to just take the bumpers off right away and fit a nice steel bumper. So features such as that, from a ZR2 / off-roader perspective, I wouldn't care too much about the front fascia.
Importantly, it's the off-road bits, Roman.
All right, so does it have the big TRD front? Oh, yes, it does. Look at that. The skid plate.
It's got a
Yeah, that skid plate, it's tucked pretty well under the undercarriage of the truck. You know, it's I don't know, I'm kind of used to seeing them closer to the front on the TRDs. You know, so maybe that's just for the oil pan. Yeah, because you can see the radiator right up there. You know, and the bumper just finishes off right there. So it doesn't have that aggressive of an angle that I'm used to seeing with these trucks.
Gantech skid plate right there, and also enough cooling. You can see these inlets here.
Yes.
Enough cooling to provide.
Yeah, see those inlets there is where I'm used to seeing the skid plate. You know, and it extends all the way down towards the bottom.
The engine, of course, additional cooling, and this is a hybrid. So as well, they call it iForce Max. This combines the turbocharged power that you can also, of course, get in the limited edition in this off-road ready package.
So let's look at what makes it off-road. So obviously it's got the TRD center cap, but I think the shock absorbers, yes, look at that. TRD as well, brand.
Those upper control arms actually look pretty badass. If I'm not mistaken, that might be a uniball ball joint. You know what? No, I don't think it's a uniball. But yeah, for a manufacturer to put that much attention and detail, right, into the upper control arms, you know, it's a good thing. The ZR2 Colorados, they come with ZR2 specific UCAs, but they still look kind of flimsy, kind of stamped, kind of cheap. You know, so that's actually a pretty cool cool feature this truck's got.
Yeah, so the arms are unique. They've been doing this even in the current generation TRD Pros or TRD trucks, and this is using Fox shocks. So they're actually suspension systems.
All right, so 2.5-inch Fox internal bypass, quick switch 3, piggyback style remote reservoirs. Okay, sweet. All right, so they actually went with some quality bump stops too. Again, the ZR2 Colorado, the one I've got, right, it's 2018. You know, so looking from 2017 or 2015 or whatever to 2022, they came with just run-of-the-mill bump stops. You know, the 2023, I haven't looked that much into. A dealership is going to contact me here once they get one in stock, so I could do a walk around for you guys and also a comparison. But so far on the Tacoma, it looks like it's got some pretty good quality parts. And again, people like to swap these out, go for a little bit extended travel here like Kings, or upgrade to different Fox, you know, and other coilovers that are out there, you know. But so far, I'm liking what I see with this truck, guys. I'm not going to lie.
It's wildly different across the all of the Tacoma ranges. You could see the red shock here as well.
And once again, we've got now disc brakes.
Disc brakes, of course.
Disc brakes. If I'm not mistaken, the previous gen Tacoma's got drum brakes in the rear, which I've heard people say that drum brakes actually function better than the disc brakes. They grab on tighter or something like that. I don't know, but it's pretty cool that they decided to do disc brakes all around. And I'm looking at the tires too. Normally when I see TRD Pros, they've got somewhat of a street tire going on. This one looks a little bit more aggressive. It looks like it's possibly an all-terrain, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what they say.
Of course. And check it out, Andre. You've got a dual exhaust. Should we start it up?
Yeah.
Dual exhaust on the driver's side. All right. I'm not too much of an exhaust guy. I'm actually thinking of cutting my exhaust off. But if you're going to be off-roading this truck and you're going to do a little bit of not rock crawling, but aggressive trails that you might ding up your bumper as such, I wouldn't worry too much about the exhaust pipes, because it's one of the first things that get dinged out on the trails.
We should do that, and then we can talk about other bits, because tires, rear locker, and the rest.
Okay, start it up, and I'll just use my mic here to get the sound.
All right, I just heard him say rear locker. I didn't hear him mention anything about a front locker, so that's already a -1 for this truck. Like having that front locker, guys, it's just going to save you so much hassle on tough terrain. Yeah, you could get an ARB air locker, but those air lockers are known to not be so user friendly at times. They kick in when they want to kick in, and it's a headache sometimes.
Go for it. Let's see what this sounds like. A dual exhaust. How cool is that?
All right, it's not a true dual exhaust, I bet. I think it's just a single split into a Y exit. So, but I mean, still functional nonetheless, right? You don't have a false exhaust hole coming out.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Bugs in here.
That's good, Andre. It's hard to believe that's from a 4-cylinder, huh?
Yeah, it's
That interior combo looks pretty nice, red and black. It's one of my favorite colors on a vehicle.
for same engine, 2.4 liters, but it's got additional lights as well.
Yeah, and then what is up with the 3 shark fins? How come 3 shark fins?
Actually, a lot of you have been asking this
Those 3 shark fins, guys, are 3 XM Satin. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. We'll find out.
because they've been teasing this truck a lot.
Yeah.
And now, of course, this is the world debut. Of course, you have a standard shark fin in the middle.
Yep.
And then there's also a triangulation system for the rear trailer camera system. So this truck is an off-road ready truck, but it will tow trailers.
Wait, hold on. You just kind of glanced over that. So basically what you can do is you can have Wi-Fi wireless rear trailer cameras. So you can put a camera on the trailer.
Yes.
And then because of those, you can actually see what is happening in or around the rear trailer.
Yes, exactly. And we'll show you the camera system inside as well.
And then this is cool. Obviously, red tow hooks. And
Steel bumper.
What is this for?
So this is an integrated high lift jack point. So you can actually
All right, that's actually pretty cool. The high lift jack point. Normally, you'd have to get an aftermarket steel bumper to be able to use a high lift jack on a truck like this. But it looks like they incorporated that possibly into the frame. So you could use a high lift jack right out of the factory. That rear tow hook is pretty cool too. I'm not going to lie, guys. Maybe some aftermarket company developed something like that for current vehicles out there, current trucks, right? Integrated rear tow hooks instead of having it hooked up to the hitch.
You can actually see there's little arrows here.
You know what? I think there are bumpers like that. I'll check.
And they want it to be as safe as possible and as integrated as possible.
ARB?
So ARB bumpers, ARB tow hooks. So they're working with companies like ARB to provide you with more functionality.
All right, let's jump inside and let's show them the cameras.
Yeah.
I don't know. That bumper still looks like there's room for improvement as far as clearance and departure angle goes. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody got this truck and right off the bat started chopping the bumper or just getting rid of it to fabricate their own bumper for their purposes for off-roading.
Yeah, so
I'll go on the passenger side, you go on the driver's side. And we'll
make
show
sure
the
you
interior.
point it to the screen.
So look at the interior. Holy cow. TRD Pro badging here.
All right, I'm getting kind of some Jeep vibes or Bronco vibes with the interior here, which is actually pretty cool. You know, kind of rugged, outdoorsy. You could kind of, it gives a feel that you could kind of beat it up and not have to worry about scratching stuff on the inside.
Here, obviously, red stitching. We'll talk about these seats.
Man, those seats are awesome. I don't know what GM was thinking with the Colorado seats. Like, dude, like the whole, I mean, yeah, the Colorado's a nice truck, especially with the new one, the 2023. But, dude, like the quality of the materials on the inside, like, it feels like the base model work truck, dude. Everything's plasticky because I've seen the work trucks, you know, and the LTs. Everything just feels plasticky. The dash is like, it's not soft touch plastic. It's that hard stuff, you know, and Toyota really went out here, you know, on their highest trim level for the Tacoma. I feel that GM missed a shot right there with their ZR2 trim. They could have done a little bit more premium interior or at least make it more rugged, not cheap, rugged. There's a difference.
Seats in a second because they're unusual.
Yeah, very unusual seats.
Man, you guys see that red push start button, the red stripe down the shifter, and the red stripe on the steering wheel. Man, we should have got stuff like that for the ZR2. GM, come on.
Here's what I wanted to show you.
All right, show me the cameras.
So, first of all, the center console is a little bit different.
The guy's waiting for us, so we have to hurry up.
Okay,
Sorry.
because everybody wants to see this truck.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the camera.
Yep. Oh, look at that.
Well, you've seen this before, but I think you haven't really seen this. Let me put it in reverse. Brand new camera views. Look at this, dude. I can see I'm moving my steering wheel. I can change. Yeah, I mean, some luxury cars have had this before,
Yep.
but now
It's like magic.
we have it in the truck. Sorry about that.
It's all right. I don't mind. And then, of course, here you've got your different selections for your off-road modes, right?
Yes.
So you've got 2 high, 4 high, 4 low. You've got trailer
Backup assist.
You've got rear locker, and get this, a sway bar disconnect.
Yes. Now the
That sway bar disconnect is going to be a lifesaver on the trails, guys. They're going to get better articulation. I'm not too sure if the ZR2's got that.
Taco has
I know mine doesn't. I got the second gen ZR2.
disconnecting front sway bar, even though the front suspension is independent, but there's no front locker.
No
No.
front locker.
But we could show.
No front locker, guys. Game over. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. No, I'm just kidding, but that's pretty. It's a bummer, you know. The technology's out there, and for a truck of this price, that's supposed to be competing with a ZR2. You know, it's again, GM had a few missed opportunities. Toyota missed it here. Front locker. Get it together, Toyota.
The seats, because they call them, they have a really fancy name for the seats, but there is another model of the seat up there.
All right, well, let's go show them the seats. And then, obviously, for all you TRD Pro fans, this is going to be the one that, you're going to want. This is going to be the one that's going to create the most buzz.
Yeah, dude, this TR, I mean, again, the design of this truck and the Colorado, it's like if I told my artificial intelligence app to render me an off-road truck, you know, and it just shat this out and just threw it out there. It looks, man, I don't know, maybe it's going to grow on me, you know, and again, same thing goes for the new Colorado. The design, it's just, it's not that it's too futuristic, but it's not stuff I'm used to.
Yeah, and some of the other information, 9.5-inch ground clearance.
All right, there you go, guys. If you haven't seen this video from TFL Truck, I'm going to pause this here for you, or you can pause it yourself so you can read it. Actually, you can pause it yourself so you can read it to reduce the time of this video, all right, guys? But let me read it myself. Tow package, 11 inches on the TRD.
It's 11.
I think the Trail Boss Silverado has 11 inches of ground clearance, too, if I'm not mistaken.
11 inches of running ground clearance. It depends on how you measure it. 33-inch tall tires, Fox shocks, and of course 326 horsepower. And
I don't know, man. It looks like a sad panda, you know, like its mascara is running or something. I don't know, but it might grow on me. I said the same thing about the 4Runner TRD Pros. Like, it's like they got those eye boogers, and then you go onto the dirt, and then you come back in, you know, wipe your eye boogers off, so you got all that dirt on your eye boogers, and now it looks like black streaks, you know, or those chihuahuas, those small dogs that people leave inside their cars that always have crud around their eyes. That's what it reminds me of.
465 pound-feet of torque with an 8-speed.
Well, let's show them the seat.
465 pound-feet of torque. They said it was a 2.4 liter. You know, those, I think those are pretty similar to the 2.7 on the ZR2, the new one. It's pretty insane for a gas engine. I got the diesel in my Colorado, you know, and I got it just for the torque, right, for the lower speed trail riding.
Because this is so unusual and so different. This is something I've never seen before. So this is the TRD Pro seat as we saw it inside the truck. But there's something.
Is that the same one that the truck has? I could have sworn I saw some pattern on the truck they're driving.
Very special about it.
Yeah, it has a built-in
nice.
shock system.
Yeah, let's show them that.
So it takes a bit of space, right?
Yeah.
The heck
But
is that? I see Bane driving around this thing.
so here would be basically Schrader valves, so you can kind of adjust kind of air over fluid
All right,
settings.
All right.
Schrader valves reminds me of the for those of you that mountain bike, you know how you could pump your shocks on your full suspension bike. and your forks and all that. You know, like, man, this freaking seat alone's got more travel than my freaking truck does. That's pretty badass.
So what you can do is you can take a little pump, right?
Yes.
And you can fill these up, and you can see the little gauges here and there, right? So you can pump them up manually, and then depending if
to
you
make
want,
it a little stiffer.
yeah, depending if you want it roadworthy or off-road worthy, you turn these little valves, and then over here it's got shocks that basically provide you with stabilization.
So it's almost like a gimbal in a
Yes,
way
exactly.
for a person. There's horizontal and also vertical, and I guess there's a pivot in the front built into the seat. And I actually asked the
Dude, that's some next level stuff. That's like professional Baja style type stuff, you know? I don't do Baja, I don't know anything about Baja, but that's the only time I could imagine this seat being useful, right? For that stability, like I don't know. You don't want to give yourself a shaking baby syndrome on a washboard road or something.
engineer, Sheldon Brown, chief engineer for the Tacoma, why not just a simple suspension seat, right?
Yeah.
Because you can just put a
Yeah,
piece
like
of cloth,
truckers have, yeah.
yeah, a piece of cloth here, and just you're gonna be bouncing in it.
Screw that. I'm going to get those big old mountain bike seats that have the springs in the back and just integrate it into my seats. You know, jerry rig it.
But this has to pass all the certification. It has to mount in the same place as the other seats.
So here, hold the camera, would
Yes.
you? So let me explain what these are supposed to do. So you think they get angry if I jumped up there?
Yeah, I think Connor is looking at you right now.
All right. Imagine. Well, so guys, imagine I'm sitting in the
Take your time, guys.
seat, right?
Yeah.
Come over here, Andre.
Yeah.
All right. I'm off-roading, right? So normally you're off-roading, you're driving along, right? And what happens is you're doing a lot of this, right? Your head is bobbing left and right, and these seats, because they're like a gimbal, like Andre said, will keep you from doing this and doing that weird head sway for both you and the passenger, right?
Right.
So that it's a much more comfortable off-road experience. Personally, I can't wait to try it, because that's the one thing I really hate about off-roading, which is, you know, the fact that if you're driving, you have something to hold on to, but if you're passengering, it can be quite, well, Bomba-inducing at points. So hopefully these guys will change that, and, you know, the proof is in the pudding, so I can't wait to try them.
All right, that makes sense. You know, when you're the driver and you're on the trails, you kind of know exactly where you're going to go, so you're anticipating the sway, right? But when you're the passenger, you're at the mercy of the driver, hoping he or she is considerate enough to take it easy on the trail. Otherwise, you're going to be rocking back and forth, and it's not going to be comfortable for you.
Yeah, and of course they're adjustable. So that's what Sheldon was trying to also explain, is that they mount to the same mounts as any other seat would be. They're still comfortable and they're still adjustable.
All right, now should I snap my fingers so we go to the next truck?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and this is the one probably all of you guys have been waiting for this entire video. Here comes the Trail Hunter.
And now, my friends,
Trail
the
Hunter.
moment.
All right, I was going to stop the video here, but they're going to review the Trail Hunter. So let's go ahead and watch this. And again, not again, but this is the first time I'm watching this video. I was reserving it just to do this reaction, so it's as genuine as possible, guys, right? And those wheels are pretty sick.
Moment you've been waiting for.
Yep, it's the Trail Hunter.
That roof rack looks pretty nice, too. It reminds me of the, I don't know, it's like a combination of Prinsu and something else. You know, but it's pretty nice.
Tacoma, the one that is brand new, and in my opinion at least, it's the one that is the coolest. Now, you might be wondering what's the difference between the Trail Hunter and the TRD Pro, and we're going to do a video specifically focusing on that. So I would suggest going over to All TFL to check out that video. But since we're here, let's do a walk around of the new Trail Hunter. Andre, I'll take the camera. You are the truck master, so I will film.
Yeah, those wheels do look nice. Off-road ability-wise, though, I don't know. I kind of like smaller wheels, more rubber. You know, now you mention it, these wheels look like, I don't know, like those rap videos where they got the Bentleys and those crazy Giovanna wheels or whatever they call Asantis. I don't know, those flashy wheels, but there's like a little bit more of an off-road version. They still look nice, you know, but yeah, I don't know how this truck would perform with that size wheel, that size tire, especially if you air down on the trails.
And why don't you point out what makes this so unique?
Yeah, so first they introduced this name, the Trail Hunter, in SEMA last year. And now this is a production-based Tacoma execution of it. And I couldn't be more excited for several reasons. Let's take a profile view, because this is, of course, a crew cab, that they call double cab, but it's also a long bed. So it's already a unique configuration.
Long bed. So having a short bed is cool because, again, your breakover angle, you're not going to turtle too much, right, when you're on the trails. A long bed is needed sometimes, especially if you take your family with you, want to carry that extra equipment, but in a mid-size truck, it doesn't make that much of a difference compared to a full size like a V8, right? But nonetheless, you still want to make sure that you don't turtle and have to get winched out of a pretty easy situation to get out of if you had a shorter wheelbase.
You can have the new Trail Hunter both with a 6-foot bed and also a 5-foot bed.
All right.
But then they just go to
Short bed,
town,
definitely.
Roman. So let's start with the suspension and the tires and the wheels. Of course, unique design. Everybody loves unique design, right?
Yeah, well, bronze is like happening right now, so it's really cool. What size are these?
So this is still...
There they go again with the upper control arms. Dude, these guys went out on their UCAs. They don't look like that cheap staff stuff. They look like it's billet aluminum or something, like it's been machined.
265 70 R18, basically a 33-inch tall tire. So even on the Trail Hunter, which in my mind...
33s. Doesn't the Silverado ZR2 come with 33s? Man, freaking even mid-size trucks are coming with 33s now. That ZR2 should have come with at least some 35s on it.
At least on price, right? It's the top range of the Tacoma. We still have a 33. But I don't know if you can tell here.
Shit, when my truck was brand new, or when these Colorado ZR2s were brand new, right? The one previous to the 2023, they came with 31s, and like I don't know why GM is always undersizing their tires, for the trail bosses, for the ZR2s. Like, dude, like everyone else has put, like Ford has got 37-inch tires on the Raptor. I'm not saying that the Raptor competes with the ZR2 because it doesn't. They're completely different purpose-built machines. But, dude, you got a big old truck and tiny wheels, man. Like, it skipped leg day. Like GM's got to focus more on legs and chest. All right? It's not always Monday.
Well, unique control arms, once again. And then Old Man Emu, our friend Old Man.
Yeah, let me show it in the rear
Nice.
suspension.
Yeah, let's walk around.
Well, this one,
For those of you that don't know, Old Man Emu is pretty big in the off-road community, especially with the Toyota guys. And they have some pretty decent stuff on their parts list.
you're not going to be able to do it.
No, let's walk around this way. Keep going.
I also noticed that you've got,
All right, guys, I got
rock
allergies.
rails.
Rock slider.
My eyes are watery. My nose is runny. My throat's itchy. I got 4 cats. I'm allergic to all 4. They're indoor cats, but my wife and kids love cats more than they love me. Hope not.
Yep, exactly.
They say half the vehicle's weight can be actually on the rock slider.
Oh, that's so cool. And then over here is something unique too. What's this?
Couple
Yeah.
unique things.
Yeah.
So let me open the tailgate.
Ooh,
And by the
is that a compressor?
way, it's powered as well. Oh, the truck I think is low on power because it's been there's so many journalists going through this. Built-in air compressor, dude. How
They should have put this on the TRD Pro as well. I don't know, unless I missed it. I'm pretty sure I didn't because we're watching this together. I did not see that on the TRD Pro.
cool is that? Currently, the Rivian truck has an air compressor.
Yeah, so you can set your PSI.
Yeah.
And obviously then you can air down or air up, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and you can set like
Speaking of air, sorry guys.
the level of the tires, so you can go, each tire will be the same. And look at this side. This is really cool. We've asked for this because this is a hybrid, 2,400 watts of power. So 2.4 kilowatt of energy export, which is also pretty amazing. Pretty much the same bumper as the Pro, right? With the tow hook and recovery points for the high lift jack. But then let's look at the shocks. So in the aftermarket world for overlanding, this name carries a lot of prestige.
Yeah,
right?
on that Emu, when we did our Land Cruiser, we used on that Emu suspension on it because it, well, let's face it, Colorado has gone.
Dude, it's crazy. Even the lower level truck, it's got some good quality components on it. It's I don't know. It feels like GM is always kind of behind the curve on these things. It's everybody makes fun of GM. Ford makes fun of us. Dodge makes fun of us. Toyota makes fun of us. We try and make fun of others, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like we don't have any room to talk.
Very American, right?
with American Expedition vehicles.
Yeah, with AEV, and
Yeah.
Toyota has gone very Australian with both ARB and Old Man Emu.
Yeah, totally. Well, because that's what, you know, a lot of you Tacoma fans, you guys and gals, you know, you love this stuff. So Toyota is providing it from the factory. By the way, so the sports rack here with Molly panels, rock sliders. Also, there are lots of skid plates.
I completely I completely missed the fact that this truck's got rock sliders. That's freaking awesome. You know, it's pretty expensive to get rock sliders on a truck, so the fact that these come from factory with rock sliders is pretty cool.
Yeah, let me see if I can get underneath there. Maybe I can show it. This
Lots of skid plates. Look at this.
Oh yeah, completely.
Damn. Even a trail hunter's got undercarriage protection all around. You normally see this on the Bison trim levels, not even the ZR2. All right, so the fact that this is a step below the TRD Pro, but it still has all that undercarriage protection, just shows where Toyota is listening to its customer base, right? The off-road community. Whereas GM, it's like they're just hiring whoever they think, you know, knows off-roading. These people that lie on their resumes, and they put more cup holders instead of undercarriage protection on these trucks, man. Freaking Toyota knows where it's at, guys. I'm sorry, GM guys, my GM fam, but I got to give it to Toyota on this one.
Also, the differential. Turn over to the rear axle.
And a freaking diff cover, protector, whatever. Dude, we need to purchase these on the freaking Colorado from AEV. All right? And they're not cheap, guys. You know, that whole undercarriage protection is not cheap. And these come like that from factory. That's insane. There's a cat meowing. What the fuck? I'll check it out later. I think it's my cat's outside.
There's a skid plate over there as well. So this reminds me almost like a Bison ZR2 Colorado, right? With lots of protection on the back. But this has also a longer bed. So if you want to bring more stuff with you,
Yeah, see, he mentioned that the Bison Colorado, Bison AEV, you know, it's AEV makes the company, or makes the Bison. I think it stands for American Expedition Vehicles.
can do it. Also, roof rail rack, roof mounted rack. And Toyota's doing this thing they call...
Dude, I hear that cat again. Sounds like my black cat. I don't know why he would be outside, though. He's an indoor cat.
First of all, there's genuine
Sorry, guys.
accessories and then associated accessories, which means you can combine ERB, Yakima accessories, and other stuff and put it in the same payment. I also wanted to show this. So this is air intake.
Yep.
Some people may call it desert air intake.
All right, here in Hawaii, Hawaiian air
Yes.
intake.
Actually has a little Trail Hunter logo.
Pretty badass, guys. And again, AEV does this with the Bison, but it's an optional add-on, meaning it's going to cost you more money. Who knows? Maybe it's the same case here. You know, I may be completely wrong, and maybe all these extra options that I thought came from factory right off the bat, they might be add-ons too. Who knows?
Logo as well.
There's a lot of cute little like Easter eggs
Yeah.
that are hidden. There's also another one we'll show you in a second.
Take a look.
On the front headlight. But let's show them the interior. You
But
want-
but I like how low profile this is, right?
yeah.
So you want to open this up?
I will. You go around the outside, and I'll show them from the passenger side.
Yeah, that little snorkel is pretty cool, especially with those vents are the actual intake side, so it protects more against the dust than traditional snorkels would. Pretty badass.
And you can show them on the interior. So one of the things I immediately notice, of course, is the Trail Hunter badging on the door, on the floor mats, nothing on the steering wheel.
See, those seats are a little bit more basic than the TRD Pro, but they still look better than the Colorado ones. That is just unsad, GM. Man.
Wheel, like you see on the TRD Pro. That's interesting.
But the theme is new.
It's new and nothing up here either.
Right, but look at this. This looks really nice piping. I mean, ooh, a safe?
Wow.
Okay, this is definitely maxed out with add-ons. I'm pretty sure it doesn't come like that base freaking Trail Hunter level there.
Let me jump in. So these seats are fairly comfy. So there's bolstering. So you would expect this to be really hard, but it's not. It's not hard.
And look, you've got
All right, if you guys have a ZR2, the current, not current, but the previous gen, right, like the 2018 style, if you notice those leather seats, they are pretty freaking stiff. I could already tell how soft these seats are by touching them. Like, GM needs something like that in all their off-road vehicles that are going to have leather seats. You know, not just some basic little design with some hard-ass foam material, whatever. You know, they're pretty uncomfortable sometimes, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you've got, I believe this is leather, right? So you've got French stitching there.
And the glove box got leather, not plastic.
And of course, you've got your...
Sorry, guys. It sounds like I'm talking a lot of crap about GM, the Colorado, because I am. Don't get me wrong, I love my truck, you know, but man, if you could get that kind of comfort on the Colorado, it would be ideal.
blocker in the rear. You've got your disconnectable sway bar. You want to start it up?
Remember when I didn't used to fit in Tacomas?
I know.
Now I fit.
Now you fit, yeah.
This is amazing.
No more key. Start button.
Can we drive this away, do you think?
I think they would not be happy, but you know, the one thing that both this one and the TRD has, which we haven't shown yet, is that speaker. You want to kind of talk about that speaker and show them what that thing does?
Yeah, so
I've seen
this is the new JBL Flex. So there's a button to release it. The speaker comes out. And I think you commented on this news because they teased this before. And then you said, oh, I have it at home, right, already. I mean, it's just a Bluetooth speaker, right? Yep. What's the big deal? Well, it's actually part, when it's installed in the truck.
It charges.
It charges, but it's also part of the stereo system.
Yeah.
So it's a set.
All right. That's cool if you don't go off-roading. If you do go off-roading or even on rough roads, I'm the type of person that cannot stand rattling noises inside of a vehicle, especially if you're not carrying extra stuff, you know? That to me seems like something that's going to get loose over time and it's going to start rattling and it's going to bug the crap out of me. And I would probably get rid of that freaking speaker if I had that truck, if that happens, by the way.
Basically center output for the stereo system.
Or you could couple it with like Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Take
or
it outside.
Phone, right, and then use it. You could use it outside of the truck, or you could just take it to the beach.
And engineer Sheldon said you could pair up to 100 of these together. So when you and your friends and your tacos go out and play, you could pair yourself to the same music source.
So you want here? I'll give you the camera.
See, if they added a GMRS feature to that, gold right there.
Or you want to show the different off-road modes?
Yeah, so, jump in.
Yeah, so let's show those because it does have a plethora of different off-road modes.
And of course, these buttons differ a little bit trim by trim, but this is very similar to what the Pro had. And this is your main control for the modes as well. So let's look at the drive modes. Unavailable right now. Well, these are pre-production trucks. But we do have, of course, the same 4 low, 4 high, and 2 high. They don't have 4-wheel automatic mode. I've noticed. They don't.
You know, I've only ever used 4-wheel auto once. It's when I had the Trail Boss and it was raining and I was on factory-sized tires. From what I hear, if you get tires bigger than factory, or if you even level your truck or lift or whatever, you cannot use 4-wheel auto because it'll mess up your drivetrain. I don't know much about that. Don't know if it's true or not. If you guys know, just comment below what you think or what your opinion is. You know, I trust you guys more than I trust myself.
In the Tundra, and they don't in the new Tacoma as well. But the screen is basically from the Tundra.
Yeah.
That screen gives me the same type of vibe that my little 2020 Corolla's got. You know, it's just there floating. I think I prefer the way the Colorado screen is compared to this one here. You know, this one just feels like you could just tear it off, you know, but it's got the same type of user interface too as a 2020 Corolla. And again, I can only compare it to that because that's the only Toyota I own right now. But yeah, I'm not digging the screen too much.
It's very Tundra-like, and I love this. You have
They call it the floating screen or something like that.
A real big volume knob, which is
it's in the center.
Yeah, it's in the.
Yeah, the bottom of the radio still looks kind of outdated, but at the same time, it looks kind of rugged too, which for an off-road vehicle, I'd rather go with rugged than nice and shiny and modern.
Center, which is great, and of course, you know, dual climate control here. Here you have USB-C, and they're pretty powerful. Those are 45
watts, so
yeah.
high.
45 watts, actually pretty good. It'll charge your cell phone pretty fast. You know, you got a lot of chargers out there, you know, like Anchors, like the wall chargers to like 60 watts. So there's only like 15 watts away. You know, so you'll get a decent charge out of that.
Speed and wireless charger.
And then if you have, let's say, Buzzbuster or something else, there's also an outlet right there on the side, so you can power whatever's here, like a camera for us, so you don't have to, you know, drape it over here. And then the other nice
Oh, I thought it was like a video input. Man, I'm tripping.
thing is you got this little grab handle right there, and of course there's this grab handle right there as well.
Yeah, I don't have any grab handles because this is my grab handle.
Right.
By the way, this steering wheel is heated and I can feel it right now. It's warming up.
And in this one you got both heated seats and ventilated seats, Andre.
And unique dash, of course, trim.
Yeah, so this is the overlandy one, right? This is the one that if you're gonna go
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool, guys.
to the Overland Expo, this is the one that probably everybody's gonna be like gawking at.
But also the suspension system and the way it's built with the protection and the skid plates, it's for crawly, guys. So if you traverse terrain that's a little bit more rocky and difficult and slow, this is probably your taco. But if you want to run across the desert, maybe the Pro is your choice.
All right, well, let's go outside here and show them one more cool little Easter egg. I'm walking on lava here, so I'm just being very careful because falling on lava is no good. It's no good at all. So there's a little trail hunter right there, which is pretty cool. And over here you have a little bit of Morse code right there. To the trucks.
That's supposed to say badass trucks.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say it actually, it says it in Morse code.
All right, so there you have it, guys. You're complete.
All right, guys, so we're going to end this video here. It went a little bit longer than I anticipated because I thought it was just going to be the TRD Pro. I completely forgot they had a Trail Hunter too. You know, so what is the final word from a current ZR2 owner? Would I get it? I wouldn't get the Trail Hunter. TRD Pro, yeah, I mean, I like having a front locker, but I've seen a lot of trucks, a lot of Toyotas too, you know, or Z71 Colorados, where it just depends on the driver, right? I'm still kind of I don't want to say noob, but I'm no expert either when it comes to off-roading. But for somebody with my skill level, that front locker comes in clutch, you know, it comes in handy. You know, so but yeah, it's a tough choice for me, guys, honestly. You know, I think it boiled down to pricing too. You know, see what the price is going to be on the TRD Pro versus the ZR2. And also the engines, you know, they got pretty similar engines. They're both turbo 4-cylinder, and Colorado's 2.7. This one I think it's a 2.4, pushing similar numbers. You know, one thing that I'm not comfortable with is small engines, high compression, or high boost in the long run. All right, and I know Colorado, Chevy, they've time tested, torture tested the crap out of that 2.7 liter turbo engine, and they've had zero breakdowns. They said that was a first in GM history with any engine. All right, this one I'm not too sure about. Me having the diesel Colorado, I know I'll get the reliability of a diesel. Granted, at around 120,000 miles, I need to swap out the timing chain. But it's easy on the diesel because it's right in the front. You just remove the radiator and you have full access right there, so you can knock it out on one Saturday. You know, but yeah, guys, I'm pretty sold on it. The way it looks, I don't know yet. It's probably gonna grow on me the more I start seeing them. The new Tundras, they still have not grown on me. They look like spaceships just driving down the street or the road. You know, but these look a little bit more aggressive with the fender flares and everything. So I don't know, 1 out of 10, I'd give these about a 7. All right, and the ZR2s, same thing, about a 7.58. All right, and again, guys, I'm trying to give you guys an unbiased opinion here because I love all off-road rigs. I'm not a loyalist like I explained in the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We do have an Instagram channel, Trail Boss Mafia. We do have shirts, trailbossmafia.com. I'll post a link to everything in the description of this video below. It'd be awesome if you guys could subscribe because I don't just do this kind of material. I also do a lot of outdoor off-roading / camping material. So if I could earn your subscription, that would be freaking awesome, guys. All right, till the next one.